For 120 years, the Cape South African Jewish Board of Deputies has had the mandate to protect the civil and religious rights of the Cape Jewish community, to fight anti-Semitism, to protect the Jewish way of life, and to foster good relationships with government and all communities across the Western Cape. At each point in the 120 years and across the decades, we have seen how the different issues have impacted the Board of Deputies. From moving out of the Holocaust and settling in Cape Town, to the apartheid years with the apartheid government, and recently COVID-19. The 7th of October has seen the Jewish world shift on its axis and the rise of contemporary anti-Semitism. And this is the playing field of the 2023-24 term of leadership of the Cape Board of Deputies. As Jewish communal leadership across the globe, and particularly in South Africa, we are fighting contemporary anti-Semitism, its tropes, its narratives, its othering. And we are really proving that South Africa belongs to all those who live in it. I am the third woman chair, and my leadership style is representative and inclusive of the community. I have a very collaborative approach, and I like to make sure that all sectors of our Western Cape community are represented. I would like to thank past chairs. You have shown us that we stand on the shoulders of giants. I would also like to thank our current leadership for their contributions under immense pressure since October the 7th, and the incredibly robust style and commitment and dedication that they have shown to making the Cape Jewish South African Board of Deputies the strong organization that it is today.
A very good day to the members of the Cape South African Jewish Board of Deputies, and indeed to all of Cape Town's Jewish community. It is my great pleasure to congratulate you on your 120-year anniversary. What a wonderful and rare and incredible milestone to celebrate. If you start tallying up the local organizations that have been around since the start of the 20th century, you'll find that it is not a very long list at all. So to achieve that kind of longevity requires a real sense of purpose and usefulness to society and to your community. While our city has undergone enormous changes over the past 120 years, one thing that has remained constant has been the unwavering commitment of Cape Town's Jewish community to the welfare of our city and to the prosperity of our city and all of its people. And so I wish the Cape Town South African Jewish Board of Deputies a very happy 120-year anniversary, and I thank you for the valuable contribution you continue to make towards Cape Town's progress together. Thank you.
We find ourselves living at a time when the world is filled with chaos and change. I do believe that at this moment in time, the only constant appears to be change. This year, the Cape Jewish Board celebrates its 120th anniversary since it was established. No organization can achieve what they have achieved during the past 12 decades without adapting to change. After 104 years, in 2005, it was decided that a woman should chair the board. I was that woman. It was a privilege, an honor, but oh, what a challenge. I was indeed lucky to have some of the best brains in our community sitting around the table, and I will always be grateful to them for their support and advice. It is indeed my pleasure to wish the board a hearty congratulations on this auspicious occasion. I do know that they will go forward, meeting all the challenges with which they presented, and may even have to make significant changes. So, in conclusion, Mazel Tov and L'chaim.
On behalf of the National Board, it gives me absolute great pleasure to congratulate and wish Mazel Tov to the Cape Jewish Board of Deputies on this remarkable milestone. I have had the pleasure over the last few years of dealing and working with the leadership of the Cape Board, specifically Zvi Brivik, Adrian Jacobson, and their respective executive teams. They have led with tremendous strength and courage over these last few years in some difficult times. Once again, I wish you all Mazel Tov, and as we say, to another 120 and 120 going forward. Thank you.
Going back to 2001, I looked at what we defined as our purpose at that stage. It was very simple. It was to work for the betterment of relations between Jews and all the peoples of South Africa, based on understanding, mutual respect and goodwill, and of course the protection of civil liberties for Jews throughout the country. Nothing has really changed, but what is important is to remember the heritage of our board and to reflect on everything that the board has done to date in protecting our communities. It's wonderful to look at the pictures of past presidents hanging on the wall. It's more important to look at the present committee, comprised of outstanding young people, the very best in our community, who represent strength, diversity, and competence. On this 120th anniversary, I wish them all the very, very best of luck in continuing their excellent work and ensuring that our future is even brighter than our past.
The Cape South African Jewish Board of Deputies turns 120. On this remarkable milestone, I extend my heartfelt congratulations for your incredible work and achievements. Your unwavering dedication to fostering Jewish values, culture, and heritage is truly influential. The Jewish community in South Africa holds a unique and vital place in the country's history. It has contributed immensely to South Africa's economic, social, and cultural development. Jewish South Africans have been pivotal in many spheres, from business and politics to education, arts and culture, as well as human rights. Their rich traditions, festivals, and commitments to preserving Jewish heritage have enriched the diversity of South Africa. Germany is profoundly aware of the historic responsibility it bears towards the Jewish community worldwide and to the State of Israel. This responsibility, a cornerstone of German policy, requires remembrance, reconciliation, and ongoing vigilance now and in the future. Germany is also deeply grateful for the flourishing Jewish life in a country where it once seemed unthinkable. My country is home to the biggest Jewish community in Western Europe. Berlin, our multicultural capital, is again a thriving center of Jewish life. The equivalent of the board, the Central Council of Jews in Germany, was established in July 1950. From its early years, it has received strong financial and moral support from the German government. There is a long history of engagement between the German and the Jewish communities in the Western Cape. Apart from the deep relationship between the Consulate General and the Cape South African Jewish Board of Deputies, I would like to mention the Cape Town Holocaust and Genocide Center. Memory is a central issue for us in Germany. We have collaborated closely with the center in facilitating exhibitions, lectures, and outreach programs. And I am proud that all senior learners of the German International School in Cape Town pay a visit to the center and benefit immensely, as memories are kept alive and the principles of non-racism, tolerance, and human rights are reinforced. The protection of human rights worldwide is one of the core principles of my government's foreign policy. For me, it is therefore very encouraging to witness how the board challenges anti-Semitism. Given the current state of geopolitics, civil society activism has never been more crucial. For it is up to civil society, organizations such as yours, to be forever vigilant and prepared to speak out. Happy anniversary. I am confident that you will continue to make an impact for many years to come.
My heartiest Mazel Tov to the Cape Board for serving the Jewish community for the past 120 years as the umbrella body, caring for its well-being, protecting its human and civil rights, challenging acts of anti-Semitism and racism, engaging with a broad spectrum of government and civil society, including interfaith, the media, business, as Jewish citizens of South Africa. This towards securing a society in which all are equitable, open to opportunities, transformation and growth, taking considered decisions impacting our community. What a privilege it has been to be involved at the coalface of the community's challenges and accomplishments. Long may it continue. Mazal Tov.
We come to really show a very unique and special appreciation to the Jewish community who supported the organization in the lockdown periods in 3 years, supporting people, food basket, family, desperate family, vulnerable people. So we really appreciate because it gave a meaningful change in our community. We believe that the collaboration will continue and we create more network and provide more support and in our relationship, and we believe it's going to be a very lasting, long collaboration.
In the history of Western civilization, nothing has proved harder than to see God in human dignity, to see good in those whose language is not mine, whose color, skin is not mine, whose faith is not my faith, and whose truth is not my truth. And quietly, without bells and whistles, at least I think it's without bells and whistles, we who choose to be involved try to convey a simple message. He is my God, but he's the God of all mankind, even those whose customs and whose way of life are totally unlike mine. And we approach interfaith activities from a particularly Jewish perspective. The God of Israel is the God of everyone, but the religion of Israel is not the religion of everyone. And so what we do, when we talk, we sit down together, whether it's the Muslims or the Christians or the Catholics or the Anglicans, whoever they are, we try and emphasize what is good about what they do, what is good about what we do, and how our collective strengths and collective influence can be used for the benefit of the society in which we live. And the board has been particularly successful since its establishment over 100 years ago in speaking for the Jewish community to other communities, and do so with remarkable success and clarity.
Congratulations to the Jewish Board of Deputies for this 120 years milestone. I would like to extend our gratitude for your continued support to our communities, especially in times of COVID. I wish you many more years so you are able to impact other communities. Thank you so very much.
I have been very fortunate to have been able to serve on the Board of Deputies since 1991, as well as having a period of time where I was chairman. During those years, the board has faced many, many challenges, but the chairman and the committees at the time have faced them and dealt with them in the most competent way. The level of debate and the quality of input from each member and each group have been absolutely disciplined and committed to finding resolution. During that period, I think that 3 areas have been specifically of importance to me. The first was playing a role with other leaders of other religious groups in ensuring a safe and fair election since 1999. That was important in the sense of built bridges with the leadership of those communities. The second was the fact that the board has a fund where we provide bursaries for needy students, needy financial students at tertiary education in the Western Cape. And the third point is the Community Security Organisation, an organisation that is critical to the safety of this community, both as regards security and medical support. I have been the non-executive chairman for many, many years, and from a personal point of view, I find it the most important commitment that I have made to this community. In closing, I want to wish everybody well for the 120th anniversary of the board, an organisation that's critical from a political and interests of the civil rights of this Jewish community of Cape Town.
I served on the Board of Deputies for some 15 years during the 1980s and 1990s. This was the era of the late Mervyn Smith and Ian Sachs, and during the challenging but very exciting times of the last days of apartheid and the birth of the new South Africa. Today we are living in very different times and our community is facing serious challenges. I believe that Mervyn, Ian and their colleagues would have been gratified and very proud of the manner in which the present-day board leadership is facing these challenges and supporting our community.
It's a privilege to be here. I just want to congratulate the Jewish Board of Deputies on turning 120 years old. Thank you for all those people working there. You are amazing, looking after the South Africans, protecting the Jewish people, and coming alongside all their needs from the least, from the youngest to the eldest. And we honor you and we say thank you very, very much. Kol hakavod, and keep up the good work.
120 years is a long time. I had the honor of working for the Cape SAJBD for nearly 8 of those 120 years, and it was a transformative period in my life. It was there that I learned to understand the role that community plays in the shaping of the collective Jewish experience and the internal Jewish story. It was there that I got to value and appreciate the variegated hues of beautiful Jews that made up this unique and special Cape Town Jewish community. It was also during my tenure at the board that I got to meet and work with courageous and passionate communal leaders who dedicate themselves tirelessly to the South African Jewish community, to broader South African society, and to the often very complex interplay between the two. Since leaving the board, my admiration for all that the Cape Board does has only grown immeasurably. In this current period, especially with all its pain and challenges, it is of great comfort to know that the Cape Board is there fighting for my rights as a Jew and a South African. Mazel Tov, and thank you for 120 years of service to the community, and wishing you Od Me'ah V'Esrim.
What an honor it is to wish you a very, very happy 120th anniversary. To all my friends and colleagues at the Cape South African Jewish Board of Deputies, it's been such a joy and an honor to work with you over the past 6 or 7 years, and I look forward to working with you more in the future. Thank you for the consistency that you bring, for reaching out to all communities, not only the Jewish community, but to working so consistently for equality, for interfaith harmony, understanding, and peace in our world. I know that it isn't always easy, but I want you to know that you are appreciated.
I became a member of the Cape South African Jewish Board of Deputies in 2021 as the chairperson of the South African Union of Jewish Students, representing the student voice on the board. Thanks to the incredible leadership of the board, it has given SAJBD the skills it needs to fight anti-Semitism on campus, and it has taught us how to make campus a beautiful place for all Jewish students. We are so grateful for everything that the Cape Board has taught us and making the Western Cape a safe space for all Jews.
Over the last 120 years, this Board of Deputies has worked with a plethora of Jewish and non-Jewish organizations across a variety of sectors, such as entrepreneurship, various social justice initiatives, interfaith and intercommunity, working with our community in the Western Cape to build a better community and a better life for all, providing a variety of skills, experiences, know-how, in order to empower those around us and empower our neighbours. To say that the past year has been a challenging one for both our community and the board would be an understatement. However, thanks to the work of the various board members and the chairpersons over the last 120 years, especially the work of this current council led by our chairperson Adrian Jacobson, we have ensured that Jewish way of life in the Western Cape is thriving, that we continue to live and practice our Jewish religion in an environment free from discrimination and hate. And please God, may that long last. Now, 120 years is an incredible milestone, and I would like to convey my personal thanks to each and every member that has given their time and their dedication and commitment to working for the Board of Deputies and our communities. Right from the first chairperson in 1904, Advocate Morris Alexander, to our current chairperson, Adrian Jacobson. It is an absolute privilege and honor to work with some of the most incredible people in this community. Now, educate, engage and empower are 3 important words which don our Cape SAJBD logo. And we will continue to live up to those high standards and embody those values. And we will continue to work with and serve our community. Happy 120th.